We have arrived in Mazatlan. It's our first time here. I'm excited to explore it. We're off to the beach to watch the sunset, and we're staying in a... Why is there always bike?
Because it's Mexican.
We're staying in a neighborhood called Casablanca, which is about a 10-15 minute walk to the Malecon. We don't know a ton about Mazatlan, so it's just going to be us exploring in the next few weeks and enjoying the sunshine. But I love making these videos about our first impressions of a place and what I think and what I see in the first 24 hours or so. So off to the beach and to see the Sea of Cortez. I will be totally honest with you guys. Mazatlan has never been on my radar, really. It's not a place that I had on my list to go for a beach vacation even, or especially as a place to live for a longer period of time like we have been here in Mazatlan. But I met a man who lives here on a tour in Mexico City a few months ago, and he raved about it. He's from the US and he's been living in Mazatlan for a couple of months now, probably 6 months now. But when I'd met him, it had only been for a little while, and he told me that the shrimp in Mazatlan is the best shrimp he's ever had in the world. So we were super intrigued, and we knew when we finished El Chepe that we would already be in Sinaloa. So we figured we would tack it on. We booked an Airbnb for a week, and we thought we'd just come and see what it was like. If we didn't like it, we'd move further south into Nayarit. But if we did, then we thought we'd stay in one place until the holidays. So that's sort of what happened. I have absolutely fallen in love with Mazatlan. First impressions are, it's so beautiful. It's so much quieter than a lot of the other big city beach towns like Puerto Vallarta and all those beach towns on the East Coast and any of the places sort of in the Baja Peninsula, in Baja Sur. So yeah, so far, absolutely loving it. The beaches are so beautiful. We haven't even been to all of them. There are so many beaches to check out. And we haven't even scratched the surface yet, so I'm super excited to keep exploring and just see what else the coastline has to offer in this part of the country. If you've been following along on my social media, in particular my Instagram stories, you will have seen how incredible the sunsets are here. It's so beautiful. The sun is setting a little early, which is a bummer, because we are actually in mountain time, I believe. So we are an hour behind Mexico City, an hour ahead of California and the West Coast. The sun is setting at 5:30 p.m., just before 5:30, which is weird to be on the West Coast and then the sun be setting so early, but the sunsets are incredible. Some of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen. So that's been a real treat. Every evening we're trying to get out of the apartment where we're working and just at least walk along the Malecon and see it for ourselves. Speaking of the Malecon, I was super excited when I first started filming this video to tell you all about the world's longest Malecon, or the longest Malecon in the Americas or something. And then I had a conversation with a tour guide here who told me he's not sure exactly where the Malecon got that title, and who said that the Malecon is 13 miles long, or roughly like 21k long, but it's not. It's like 10 kilometers long. It's somewhere like 6 or 7 miles or something, but it's still pretty long, and it's still long enough that we haven't walked it from end to end in one go. And it goes pretty much from one end of the city to the other. We've been getting around mostly by Uber, but if you saw at the start of the video, a pulmonía, which are those white, they look like golf carts, but it's a car, and the roof has been cut off, and they've put like an awning over it to keep you from getting the sun directly on you. But they're quite expensive, as you would imagine. They are basically the same price as a taxi, maybe a bit more even, because they're sort of like touristy and kitschy. But they are pretty cool, and they are everywhere in this town. So they've been fun to see. Usually on the weekends when the tourists are here from other parts of Sinaloa. They are on the roads blasting music, and people are having beers in the back. So it's definitely a party atmosphere, especially on the weekends here. I've got another video coming up in a couple of days sharing with you what the COVID situation is like here in Mazatlan. But briefly, like pretty much everything is open. Sinaloa has started its own version of the semáforo system, the red light system, and Mazatlan is in the green. So there's lots of precautions still being taken, but pretty much everything is open. So we've been able to get out and enjoy ourselves outdoors a lot. I mean, like any place in Mexico, and particularly any place by the beach in Mexico, everything's outside anyway. So yeah, it's just been a really nice, just a nice experience overall. And of course, the seafood. This is actually the home, I don't know if it's Mazatlan or just Sinaloa in general, the home of aguachile. If you've never had aguachile before, it's basically like a ceviche, but with shrimp, and obviously chilies and deliciousness. It's so good, and we've had our fill of aguachile since we got here, and they are incredible. So I can attest to the fact that the shrimp indeed are some of the best that I've ever had. Yeah, the best aguachiles I've ever had. They're so delicious. We have a lot more tasting to do as far as cooked shrimp and shrimp done in other ways. But yeah, I have absolutely loved Mazatlan. Like on first impressions, we still haven't explored a ton of it. There's still way more bars and restaurants and parts of the city to explore. We've been based now in the centro for the last 2 weeks or so, and just trying to get to know that part of the city is so beautiful. It's like old colonial buildings mixed with some more modern, not high rises, but some more modern buildings that are being built along the waterfront. Really great restaurants, good vibes, lots of live music. So yeah, I really enjoy the centro. That's probably my favorite neighborhood so far, where we spent a significant amount of time. But like I said, there's still so much to explore in this city, so much so that we're pretty sure we're going to be back in January to have an extended stay here. So if that's first impressions for you, there you go. We like it so much, we're coming back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and a little peek at what Mazatlan looks like and what my thoughts are on it after only spending a few weeks exploring it and watching the incredible sunsets. There are many, many more Mazatlan videos to come, so I hope you enjoyed this one and you enjoy the rest of them. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so you don't miss out on them, and I will see you next time. Bye!